Well, hello, I'm Michael Mann for BikeSocial, and joining me now is Miles Perkins, Head of Brand Management for Triumph.
Hi,
Miles,
how you doing?
welcome, thank you very much. Now, fantastic news, you've literally just now taken the covers off the brand new, for 2019, Speed Twin. Tell me a little bit about the sort of inspiration behind this new model.
Okay, well, it's a twofold thing, really. If you go back, historical inspiration is probably one of the most famous motorcycles in history, the 1937-38 Speed Twin. That's a lap record-holding #1 performance motorcycle. Changed, really, the face of motorcycling. Prior to that, bikes were about transport. After that bike, it's argued that people bought bikes more for fun, real rider's bike. And the second inspiration is in that area, really, about looking to build and deliver a proper modern roadster ride in the classic category. So this bike takes effectively the Street Twin's accessibility and adds much more dynamic capability on top of it, or the Thruxton's performance and power, but in a more contemporary and a little bit more accessible package, or the Bonneville T120's class, but in a more engaged style. So it sort of takes its direction from quite a few places.
So it fits into your modern classic range and takes some of the best elements from some of the other bikes that are already existing in that range, right?
Yes, but it's certainly not a bit so. This is a bike designed to effectively create a new category standard in terms of handling. So that's certainly, for me, that's the big story here with this bike. You've got a fantastically powerful engine, just like the Thruxton, but in terms of handling package, this really sets a new standard.
So speaking of the Thruxton, and in fact speaking of that original Speed Twin, this is a parallel twin. It's a 1200cc, right? And how much sort of power would that make?
So this puts out 97 PS, and again, really these twins though, it is power, but it's the torque and the way that the torque delivers. So it's pretty much the same power and torque as the Thruxton, but it's the way that it's set up and the way that it handles. That's an absolute thrill to ride. I've had a go on this. It's fantastic.
Similar sort of style then in terms of engine character and performance as the Street Twin, but a little bit more.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And I know there's a load of accessories. When we Triumph with that, loads of accessories, and presumably that includes Vance and Hines, does it?
Yes, so you got Vance and Hines silencers, and as well as a whole host of finish and detailing. But for me, actually, almost, I don't know, a large proportion of the things that most people would do to a bike like this comes as standard. So you're really minimal mudguards set up. You've got the Monza fuel tank. The
bar and
mirrors as stock. So the detailing and the finish on this is really quite a complete package already. I think people are going to start really with a bike that really is such a high standard.
Some of these recent modern classics from your range, the styling and the attention to detail, especially with the exhaust run that sort of almost skip out the cat, it's such a beautiful little art form. But even looking at the twin clocks here, are they new for this model?
Yes, yeah. So that's an evolution in terms of detailing and finish. Of course, you've got riding modes, so the clocks and your rider interaction in terms of the switchable traction control that's on the bike and the ABS setup that's there. You've got full control of that. But again, it's the finish and detailing that's the beauty on the bike.
That would be rain, road, and sport, right?
That's right. Yeah. Rain.
And how do they differ between each other?
Well, they're all full power. That's basically different throttle maps, but also traction control intervention. So, of course, in the sport mode is the most responsive, should we say.
And this is red and grey right here. We've got how many other colours in the range?
So it's 3 colours. So you've got the Carrossi red and the grey. You've also got a grey and silver ice, and of course you've got a black, which is a classic Triumph colour. But with these 2 twin colour schemes, they've got hand-painted coach lining on them. So again, really lovely touch,
nice.
And the paint finish on them is just spectacular.
And what about price? I've got to ask.
Price will be revealed when we do the press riding event, so the journalists like yourself will come out and get a chance to test the metal of this bike, particularly in terms of that handling, in the spring of next year, in January, and we'll be revealing and releasing the prices then, as well as actually when it's going to come to market in each country.
So we've got prices and test ride about the middle of January, and then they'll be available in dealerships spring, you say?
In springtime, but the exact dates for when they come into the UK will be announced pretty soon.
Fantastic. Well, there's just one thing remaining. Can we hear it?
We absolutely can.
Fantastic.
I'll turn it over for you.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's redlining at 7,000, isn't it? Just over.
Absolutely standard setup. Fantastic.
Beautiful, Miles. Thank you so much. Cheers.